He who knows the truth simply laughs. But what is the truth? Is the truth something that really happened, or is it just something that Roger believed happened? And can we say that whatever Roger found to be true, Luffy will also find to be true? You see, when we think of the word truth, the scene of Roger and his crew reaching Laughtale and finding the One Piece comes to mind, and we eagerly await for the day Luffy and the Straw Hats follow in their footsteps, allowing us to relive this magical moment and finally learning the truth of the Wood Century. But most of all, we cannot wait for Luffy and the Straw Hats to replicate the iconic "he laughed" moment. However, this is where we're going wrong. As a fan base, we're making a big mistake by forgetting that the truth is not the same for everyone. As the saying goes, one man's truth is another man's lie, because the truth is a matter of perspective, highlighting that different people can see the same event in different ways. So if he who knows the truth laughs, what happens to the one who doesn't see the truth? I've applied the same level of thinking to Luffy and Roger, and I've come to this conclusion. When Luffy uncovers the same information that the Roger Pirates did on Laughtale, he will do anything but laugh. He will come to the different conclusion that Rayleigh spoke of. He will be enraged. Before I completely change your perspective on what is arguably the most anticipated moment in the series, please go and show love and support to these creators because they were a massive help in putting this theory together. So why did Roger actually laugh? In my eyes, there's two possible reasons, and it could be a combination of both. The first reason is easy to understand. They simply arrived too early. Roger completed his first voyage of the Grand Line around 39 years ago, and it was during this voyage that he discovered the existence of an untouched island beyond Lodestar, an island which would soon be named Laughtale. And because of this discovery, Roger went on a second Grand Line voyage so that he could locate the road poneglyphs and reach this mysterious island. He was doing all of this not only to achieve his mysterious dream, but to become the greatest pirate crew. They were literally expecting to stand at the pinnacle of history, but when that fateful day finally arrived, they learned that they were too early and that someone would soon surpass them. They realized that they wouldn't be the greatest pirate crew to ever live. For them, it must have felt like reading the prologue of a story which wouldn't give them the fairy tale ending they had hoped for, and it was likely this realization that brought forth their laughter. But when the Straw Hats reach Laughtale, they won't be too early, because they are the ones destined to surpass the Roger Pirates. The moment will be perfectly timed for them, so there won't be this comical realization which would make them laugh. Therefore, reason number one behind Roger laughing won't apply to the Straw Hats. But now for reason number two. I believe that whilst they were listening to Joydboy's tale, it was the ending that they found funny. Now you may be thinking, hold up, what's so funny about a whole kingdom getting wiped out by a corrupt organization over a 100-year war? Just hear me out. Now we don't know the exact events that unfolded in the Wood Century, or even who is in the right or wrong, but we do know one thing. The 20 kingdoms came together to take down Joydboy, who was a symbol of freedom and happiness. And since then, the world government has gone to such extreme lengths to eradicate the existence of Joydboy and his people from history, and the Roger Pirates could see this throughout their journey. But when they reached Laughtale, they learned the prophecy that Joydboy would soon return, despite all of the efforts of the world government. It didn't matter how hard they tried, the return of Joydboy was inevitable. In the end, the symbol of freedom would return, and when Roger met his end, he chose to say these words. 受け継がれゆく意志、時代のうねり、人の夢。人々が自由の答えを求める限り、それらは決してとどまることはない。No matter how hard someone tries to keep it from happening, the prophecy states that the warrior of liberation will return and that the dawn will come. Similar to how Oda likes to end off every arc of everyone coming together to party and laugh, the story and prophecy of Nika likely ends in a similar manner, despite how tragic it may have been along the way. Therefore, it was likely the irony within this tale that made the Roger Pirates burst into laughter. Both Roger and Joydboy had the roles of passing on the torch to someone else. And the reason why Roger wished to live during Joyboy's time was likely because he would have rather met his end like Joydboy did, as the first person to pass on the torch. But this is from Roger's perspective. When Luffy, the one who's subject to this prophecy, reaches Laughtale and learns the quote-unquote truth, he will take it as a lie, because Luffy himself does not believe that he's a second coming of Joydboy or Nika. He's just Luffy. Think of it like this. In Luffy's eyes, a A prophecy that forces him into the role of warrior of liberation and predetermines his choices, such as arriving in Wano when he did, contradicts his free nature and desire to make his own decision. This would definitely leave him angered, because there's nothing Luffy hates more than being told to do something he doesn't want to do. Throughout his journey, he's made decisions on his own terms, choosing to liberate kingdoms from oppressive rulers because he wanted to, not because a prophecy dictated it. Luffy embodies freedom, and he would be furious to find out that his entire journey was essentially predetermined by this prophecy. I mean, he would be insulted. Now yes, Luffy did end up eating the Nika fruit, and his actions have been recorded by this prophecy, with him arriving at Wano at the predicted time and the re-emergence of Nika. But this isn't bad writing by Oda. It actually fits the theme Oda has been building in One Piece from the very beginning, and that is the theme of destiny versus freedom, or in this case, the prophecy versus Luffy. In the world of One Piece, destiny and freedom almost coexist, and the story has always depicted that. Characters know they are subject to some sort of destiny whilst having the freedom of choice. You may be thinking that it's a paradox, because how can one have free choice if everything is predetermined? That's easy. It's about how you approach your destiny. In the One Piece world, destiny and fate are not set in stone. They're influenced by various factors. For example, Madame Charlie can foresee the future, but Neptune's son immediately reminds us that the future remains uncertain. While her predictions have come true, he recognizes that destiny is not an absolute. As Rayleigh says here, maybe nothing in this world happens by accident as our destiny slowly takes shape. He understands that fate plays a role, but individuals can mold their own destinies. This shows that in the One Piece universe, destiny is not an ironclad force. Rather, it's a moldable concept, influenced by choices and actions. So even though Luffy will reject this prophecy and destiny on Laughtale, Oda will stay consistent with this theme, and he will have Luffy navigate destiny with his freedom to make his own path. For example, let's just say that the One Piece is a weapon, and the prophecy says that the second coming of Nika will take this weapon and destroy the Red Line. Luffy would still end up destroying the Red Line, not because this prophecy was telling him to, but because he wanted to. He would use his own freedom of choice to carve out his destiny. Therefore, Luffy's choices are not following a prophecy. Rather, the prophecy is following Luffy's choices. But to conclude, Luffy would still be angered at this prophecy because he doesn't want to be put into the spotlight or be given the title of Warrior of Liberation. He just wants to become Pirate King, achieve his mysterious dream, and eat his meat every day. Pause. My mind's going left at the moment, so I think this is a good time to wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do know there's a lot to talk about with this theory, so leave your thoughts in the comment. Also, look out for my next video. It's gonna be a banger, so be sure to subscribe. And with that, I'll see you guys soon.